Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about going from SolidWorks to ERP. So going from SolidWorks, data then sends to OpenBOM. You can manage all your product data, manage your bill of materials, manage changes, and then sends to different ERP systems. In this case, we're going to use sending data to Odoo, more like a portable entry-level ERP, and also more like mainstream enterprise level NetSuite. I'm going to talk about also these different journeys between engineering BOMs, manufacturing BOMs, how OpenBOM solves that problem that the CAD structures, the CAD data is different to what you have on an ERP system, what you need to buy, dealing with raw materials, dealing with phantom assemblies, routings, other things that are not really managed in CAD. So let's get started. The first thing is the importance of having a journey from your structures to ERP. Sending data directly from CAD, from SolidWorks to a ERP system, it might be a very long distance. It's very different. Usually engineers, they are not worried about vendors, or not worried about other information that an ERP system might need. Neither they want to be managing all this information. Sometimes it's teamwork, different team members that deal with procurement, with purchasing choices. All that data needs to go through a journey. So we already sent from SolidWorks to OpenBOM. We can see that in previous videos on this similar model. So that is already in OpenBOM. And just to focus a bit the importance of tight integration with SolidWorks to be able to, for example, the motorcycle motor is a purchase unit. I don't need to bring all the children. So we are using just SolidWorks options to control the bill of material. It's a purchase assembly. And we're not going to send it to OpenBOM because we don't want all that information. Also using settings in SolidWorks such as promote that allows you to dissolve children. So this is the simplest approach. It's to get the right structure ready, the bill of material that you want into the ERP system. So the right levels, the right structures. So this works on simpler products. It works when you also have a lot of subcontractors. You have a lot of assemblies. Other companies assembling for you. It's a lot of purchases. So the structure is very just focused on items to buy. You don't need to break down to raw materials. So this method can work, and it's the most simple approach you can take. And this is the first one I'm going to show you, just using a simple bill of material. It's the simplest definition of a BOM. Bill of materials I need to buy to make my product. And then how this journey can be sent to an ERP system. So in OpenBOM, we value simplicity and ease of use. So the integration with ERPs are ready to go when you subscribe. So there's not a lot of implementation time. You can just buy a license, and what you see here is available for you. So you can set up API keys, authentications. There's a minimal setup in your ERP system, in this case Odoo, to enable the connection. And then you have also an initial setup of mapping data, mapping properties that you want to send from OpenBOM to the ERP system, including files. So all of our integrations allow you to send this information to the ERP. So the process is, it is important to also have an approval process. So you get your BOM into a revision and you have collaboration. So everything is ready to go. Even team members that are on the ERP side of things can know that there is a change order that is approved, for example. He will know that there's some changes. What are the changes? He's expecting changes. So collaboration, change management is important also through going through this integration process. Okay. So if we send this information to, let's say Odoo. Let's give you an example and get this running while we talk a bit about this journey of data. So let's get this moving into Odoo. So and it's simple as a single click. So in this case, we're going to send thumbnails, descriptions, drawings, and the structure to, in this case, Odoo. So this is going to take a while. This is a full motorcycle example. It's going to take a while. We're going to leave it there. Let's talk a bit about, question: do I need ERP? What is what do I need to do when I have ERP in question? First, an ERP system is a system that usually requires a lot of information to be able to operate. It's like if you see just raising an item in an ERP such as NetSuite, you'll see that you need quite a lot of information to make the ERP work, to do scheduling, to know lead times, to know, what's the vendor. So all that information needs to be updated and driven manually. So if you have a product has a lot of items, it's complex, you have complex BOMs, thousands of components, and you need to raise all this in the ERP, you're going to spend a lot of time just, filling all this information, filling everything related to be able to build these structures, build this data in the ERP system. So integration is important. It has different importance for products that you, for example, they are all custom, all new. Everything is new part numbers. Everything is new. It's one of a kind. You have, contact breaches. You are doing engineer to order. So you might have different requirements for someone that, mass produces and has a product that produces in large quantities where they have different problems and challenges. So if we see the result for the ERP integration we'll do, it's already done. It's available. So you can see the results here. We have the full motorcycle structure, single level in this case. You can also see it multi-level in Odoo. And you can see the results. We have the thumbnails being exchanged. We have documents and drawings being sent. And you gain efficiencies and accuracies by exchanging this information directly with the ERP system. The same information is available for example, NetSuite. So if we want to raise that item in NetSuite, we're going to see also the process in here to do that and see a bit of a different approach in terms of integration. So in this case, OpenBOM is actually for NetSuite is actually running inside NetSuite, where a NetSuite user can see the engineering BOM inside the NetSuite, which is going to create the manufacturing BOM. So this is an approach where we are dealing with two different structures, engineering BOMs and manufacturing BOMs. But here, see the value of OpenBOM. We value a lot of the visibility of data. Like you can still see if everything makes sense. You can see the structure straight away. So this is a window to OpenBOM. You can see also drawings from here. Just check if everything makes sense. So if it doesn't make sense, you can go back and collaborate with someone. But notice again, similar configuration where you can map properties. There's a couple of more options for the NetSuite integration, like only allowing revisions, allow to have a different property for part number, like enterprise part number or NetSuite part number. Sometimes we do have engineering numbers in one side, ERP part numbers on the other. So we have quite a bit of a flexibility to exclude items. Again, the normal mapping between all the fields in the ERP and OpenBOM properties, which you can also map and filter. And in this case, we have the ability to also map different item types in the ERP system to be created. So the integration here is creating actually items if they don't exist and updating items for the fields that you have mapped. So most of our integrations are one way to send data from BOM management, change management to the ERP system. But obviously, we can work on the requirements, but all of this is ready to go, ready to be used with the same simplicity. Click a button, export the bill of material, and that data will be available into the ERP system. Now, there are other approaches where you actually separate engineering BOMs to manufacturing BOMs in the ERP system, and that's also possible to track and manage in OpenBOM. So you can, for example, start with an engineering BOM and create a new manufacturing BOM structure with a copy BOM command and copy your engineering BOM to a manufacturing bill of material. Okay, so let's give that as an example. I might actually have an example already pre-made in here, and I'll show you that approach where the manufacturing BOM is being used separately. Okay, so let me just remove here this filter and find an example where we do have a manufacturing BOM example. Okay, so this could be the one. All right, so in this case, we have an engineering BOM and then a manufacturing BOM structure that is created using the XBOM feature in OpenBOM, allowing to have multiple BOM types for the same part number. So this is where you want to manage a completely different structure. So it's common on the ERP system that MBOM has a couple of phantom assemblies. So you know the structure ordered by the sequence of manufacturing. You have packaging. And it's more structured by work centers. So in this case, we are using the approach where we are separating engineering BOMs to manufacturing BOMs. And the manufacturing BOM will be the bill of material that you're going to send to, in this case, the ERP system to Odoo. So there are different methodologies. We support all of them, and we also support many different ERP systems. You can see the list in our integrations page, but all of them follow the same philosophies: ease of use, one-click BOM button, and create BOM button, and the ability to integrate with different systems. So if you are interested, subscribe, contact our sales team, and see you on our next video.